Hello, I'm Edward Tarte. This is the 25th in my series of weekly videos for friendlyatheist.com. If you follow me on YouTube, you probably know that I love music. When I was in the seminary preparing to be a priest, I played the piano a lot. We put on some musical plays for which I played the piano. A few times on a Saturday night, all of us 150 or so seminarians would have a song fest for which I would play the piano for the singing. With the help of a couple of my seminarians, I learned to play the organ, and I became one of the organists for the musical part of religious ceremonies in the seminary chapel. One of the priest teachers also played the organ, and he gave me some guidance concerning what would be good organ music for me to play during religious ceremonies. When I was in the 4th or 5th year of my 6 years there, the priests decided that it would be good to take a seldom used room in the recreation area right next to the ping pong and billiards room and convert it into a music listening room. They knew I was a music lover and a musician. These were the very early days of stereo recordings and stereo sound systems. So one Saturday afternoon, I put on my black seminarian suit, and the priest in charge of us took me with him on a rare trip by car outside the seminary grounds to a stereo store, where he relied on my judgment, my ear for music, to select for that seminary room a stereo sound system and a bunch of classical, semi-classical, and lighter stereo long-playing records. And that new music room with the sound system and the recordings that I had chosen became a very popular room during recreation time. So I had a lot to do with music at the seminary. Now, fast forward about 6 years later to my priesthood, to the 4th year of my 5 years as a priest. My religious faith was gradually giving way to reason. I was in a car on the highway on my way with some priest friends to a 4-day retreat for priests, traveling from Texas into Oklahoma. In the car, one of my fellow passengers was that seminary priest teacher who had given me guidance in my organ playing and who had also taught Catholic theology to me and my classmates in the classroom. In the car that day, we priests were conversing about various things, and the subject of heaven came up, and with it, the subject of music. I asked, "I wonder what will music be like in heaven?" The priest teacher replied, "There is not and will not be any music in heaven. All music is imperfect, and there is nothing imperfect about heaven." He said this with the same air of authority and finality to which I had been accustomed in seminary classes. I was taken aback by this statement of his. What about Mozart in heaven? No music composed by him? No music for him to listen to? And no music for me to listen to? Music is such an important part of my life now. How can Mozart keep his identity in heaven? How can I keep my identity if music is absent? Now, fast forward to just a few days ago. I found on Facebook this poster. I sent this poster to my Catholic lady dialoguer who lives hundreds of miles away. I told her what that priest teacher had said to me about no music in heaven. In reply, she posted a 3-word sentence. "He is wrong." Here is another utterance with an air of authority. A Catholic lady having the nerve to contradict a Catholic priest teacher. So how did that priest know that there is no music in heaven? And how does that lady know that there is music in heaven? Of course, the more basic issue is, I find no credible evidence that any God exists, that there is any heaven, that there is any life after death. So I am treasuring day by day the music that I can play on my piano and the recorded music that I can listen to, convinced that this is the only life I have. And I treasure the opportunity that YouTube offers me to share with others, to share with you, if you want, music that I love. Hello, I'm Edward Tarte. This is a Mr. Music presentation in which I offer you patriotic music of Czechoslovakia, the most beloved composition of 19th century composer Bedřich Smetana. I currently have over 400 music videos playlisted at my YouTube profile page. Search Edward Tarte's channel. Whatever music you enjoy, happy listening. And thank you for watching this video.